Aries, welcome to your new moon in Pisces reading. As always, I hope this finds you well. And while I'm looking at your overall energy, it already came out. Power. Oh, wow. These cards really want to talk for you. Look at that. Oh, my. You know what? It's about your season. It is about your season. We're almost into Aries season, where the energy is really going to be shining down upon you. Okay, let's see, when is that next? Well, the next full moon is coming up. It is going to be an eclipse in Libra. Buckle up. Okay, that's your opposite. By the way, I'm reminded of the nodes in Aries and Libra right now. For some reason, I'm getting a really heavy download for you about this lunar eclipse in Libra on the 25th of March. Yeah, it's coming up. Buckle up. But this is about you stepping into your power. Okay, so we'll talk more about that towards the end if I get more messages. I'm just getting that intuitively for you. Let me shuffle and find out, what's coming together for you over the next 6 months, what's coming apart, and the outcome. And something was not really, it was not feeling very cohesive right there. Something is a little bit wonky. All right, are things functioning or not functioning? I'm getting something about like gears in a clock, okay, that things should be going a certain way, and then they just haven't been flowing. Okay, like you see these cards, they're not really coming together nicely. Okay, that eclipse coming up, there's going to maybe be a shedding of relationships for a lot of people, right? I mean, generally that's what the energy is bringing in collectively. Let me say specific to Aries, particularly Aries risings, this new moon in Pisces is impacting your 12th house, where the Sun, Saturn, and Neptune are. It's a Pisces stellium there in a house having to do with healing very subconscious, hidden things, issues maybe having to do with self-sabotage, hidden enemies, things that have long been suppressed, where you got to kind of look at what is going on in a very private spiritual house and do some healing work. And maybe you had some limitations or restrictions or some karma you've been dealing with, and it might seem very unclear where it's coming from, why it's there, how to deal with it. I will say, with this energy of Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus sextiling that house, you do have the possibility of some sudden shifts having to do with, your own personal income, resources, and your own sense of self-worth, and it could be quite benefic. However, I must give a cautionary warning here, in Taurus, and then it's in your second house. Like, this is a lot of money. So if something is not right, if you are dealing with hidden enemies, self-sabotage that need to get addressed and rooted out, and you've not been seeing it clearly, that could really get magnified with Jupiter and Taurus in that second house for you. So just pay attention to what's going on. Let's see what the cards have to say. Damn, that was a long intro. After that initial card came out pretty quick. All right. At the foundation, you have Four of Fire. Okay, so there's an energy here having to do with stability, maybe on the home front, maybe having to do with your private life. Overall, this has to do with stability, potentially on the home front. It might have to do with a social gathering or a marriage. What is coming together for you over the next I would say into mid-September, right? Well, what's coming together for you, I think, is your intuition. This is a super spiritual Piscean energy here. And with that too, I'm really getting a vibe that this is second house again, 12th house again, where if there are self-worth issues that are causing you to self-sabotage or hang on to hidden enemies in your midst, and maybe it's mucking up your unions, your partnerships with others, or it's mucking up your finances, I really see your intuition getting ramped up a few notches. Okay, I'm hearing graduation. All right, like if you have not been clear about something spiritually, intuitively, empathically, you might be going through some tough karmic lessons that are purposed to raise your consciousness. Okay, what is coming apart, Ace of Waters, this might have something to do with your emotional life, with your love life. And again, these are both very spiritual energies. And this might have to even do with matters of the heart. Very strong emotions. I'm getting I'm getting something leaking. I'm hearing something about the floodgates coming open. Okay. I know that might scare some of y'all. But let's see what the outcome is. Two of Fire. Well, this is about making plans for partnership. making decisions, choices, having to do with your sense of direction. I'm hearing, where do you belong? Where do you belong, Aries? Yeah. There's been some kind of strife or struggle for you, and I really sense it has to do with Saturn in this 12th house, where whatever the conflict or competition has been in your life, I'm hearing something about pushback, and things not coming together easily. It's not flowing. Like, you got to tune into that, because it's showing you something. It's showing you something about self-sabotage, hidden enemies, and it might have to do with commitments, contracts, where there's some kind of bad omen. And it may have to do with, well, this is a very faded energy, okay? It might involve an Aquarian or all things Aquarius, like social media, friend groups, your social life, social gatherings. Yet again, I'm seeing it here. It might have to do with soulmates, people who were brought into your life to teach you some kind of very spiritual, faded lesson. Pay attention who is around you and what lessons they're imparting to you over the next 6 months about struggle, competition, conflict. Okay. What's coming apart may have to do with a formalized partnership or someone in authority. It could be a feminine energy or a way of going about getting provision. Very strong authoritarian type vibe is what I'm getting here. For some of you, if this is not like a formalized partnership, it could be a government agency, it could be a corporation, somebody in authority that's been bringing limitation, restriction, maybe having to do with how you go after your gain, how you get nourishment, nurturance, okay? This could make you a bit emotional. I ain't gonna lie here, okay? But I'm getting like, I'm seeing like grapes being crushed and made into wine, okay? I know that's not pleasant, all right? But something might feel like it's, I don't know, I'm hearing crucible. I don't even really know what that word is. I have to look it up. Okay, I'll come back to that in a moment. Let's see what the outcome is. I do feel that you're going to be making some plans with your life during the next 6 months, definitely by the end of this time frame. Oh, it flipped and it went try to go back in. Yeah, this has to do with commitments, maybe contracts, okay? Something that on one hand it can stabilize you, anchor you, but on another hand it might lock you into something, right? It's kind of a double-edged sword where it could bring you stability with cash flow. And it might be, you know, the exchange of money, might be a small business that's involved here. But I do see you making plans to stabilize money matters, okay? And if this is not about money or business, this is about reciprocation in a committed relationship. Maybe planning to partner with somebody where there is flow, there is reciprocation in the exchange between yourself and another. This is a good flow in a commitment, a good exchange in a commitment, okay? I'm getting a lot of jumpers now. So I don't know that you're clear on this right now. Your confidence might be lacking, and you know, there might be some issue with you not seeing things clearly about how quick time flies. I'm getting something about how quick time flies, or something suddenly creeps up on you and it was a long time coming, or it's been going on for a long time. I'm hearing there's been a snake in the grass, okay, and you didn't see it because something about your vision was clouded. But I do think you're going to get clear over the next 6 months. And yeah, so this word crucible has to do with an extremely difficult experience or situation of severe test or trial. Maybe a place, time, or situation in which different social forces or intellectual forces come together and cause new developments. So there might be, you know, I don't know if I want to say pressure going on here, but, well, yeah, with the emotions perhaps. Because things are going on, I think there's some social element for you. And restrictions may be coming from people in authority where you're going to have to look at what is sabotaging you. Something that may have been unclear or hidden for a while. Let's see if I can get you a word of advice. I give what I want to receive. Ooh, powerful. We need to give what we want to receive. And when you experience any lack in your life, ask yourself, what am I not giving? Be blessed, Aries.